Good morning, everybody. It's time for another delicious edition of Texas Oatmeal, and it has been a while since I have made a video. I've started detailing cars in my spare time because I have a lot of it now because I don't have a real job, and I'm still painting RC cars, so I've been really pretty busy. So when I get done sweating in the Texas sun because I've been detailing a car, I don't detail my own anymore because it's a lot of work. So when I get done, I'm really hot and sweaty, and I don't feel like doing anything to the Vanderhall or anything to the truck, or I don't want to deal with it. With the AC in the garage, I'm able to at least paint RC car stuff here and there. So I've been doing that. So between details and painting, super busy, and just other general life things have happened lately. But today I wanted to show you how you take off the heat shields on the Vanderhall. It's a very easy process, right? Taking just the shield off itself. Very simple. I'm gonna have mine powder coated black, so I need to take them off, and I'm gonna show you how to do that, and then we'll get them powder coated, and then we'll throw them back on. But here's how to get the heat shields off of your Vanderhall Venice. Okay, so first thing you do is you lay on the floor because you have to get way down here. Okay, so first thing you need is an 8mm socket and ratchet of some kind, and the 5/16 Allen key that pretty much fits the same bolt on the car everywhere, right? All those standard ones are 5/16, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, should be 5/16 Allen wrench and an 8mm socket. So what I've found is that you need to get this bolt out and the one that's on the bottom of it as well, right? And you can't get, you can get to this one no problem, but you can't get to this one until you loosen the hose clamp that's holding the heat shield on the exhaust itself, which is why you need the 8mm ratchet. So back underneath here is just a regular hose clamp, and you can use a flathead screwdriver if you want, but the 8mm is quicker, so I'm going to do it that way. And then it allows you to rotate to get to this top one, and of course you can get to the bottom one either way, but you just want to be able to rotate this so you can get those off of there, and then it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so I just loosened it a little bit just because I want to be able to rotate this, and then I'll get the hose clamp off all the way because I'm going to have my heat shield off for a while. But same thing on the front. Same thing on the front. Just reach back here, find the hose clamp, break it loose. It might be helpful to have an extension here because I'm just barely getting a hold of it. But that's really all you need, because you're going to be able to rotate it so you can get to these and break these loose. Obviously, if you had a better tool for getting these off, this would be even quicker, but I don't have anything super handy. I could probably find a quarter driver for, this guy and do it that way, but I'm already down here. Okay, so once you get that last screw out of there, this comes loose. You're done with that, and you can see what we're working with here. Super simple little hose clamp with these little mounts on it. These can move back and forth, so getting those lined up when you get it back on there, a little bit of a challenge, but not terrible. So I'm going to take the rest of this off completely because I'm going to run with no heat shields on for a little bit because I want to get these powder coated, and I don't want to be down with the Vanderhall completely, so I'm going to run just no heat shields whatsoever, which some people like that better anyways. But I'm going to take this, you just back this out all the way. When it finally gets past the the end of it, then you can get this off completely, because you can't get it slid off the end because the mount holds the exhaust on right here and it's in the way. So, you know, yeah. And pro tip, so you don't lose anything when you take these off, just thread these back in by hand a little bit, just so that you've got you don't lose the bolts to your clamp. But now that those are off and this is good to go, I can take this to the powder coater and see how much he's going to charge. So look what we got here. It is wrapped up, but you can see through there that these are exhaust shields. We're going to unwrap these real quick. Look at that. Real purty. So I went with a semi-gloss because I didn't want to go super high gloss, because I didn't want you to be able to see all the gunk and stuff that might build up on it, maybe, or I don't really know. I thought the semi-gloss looked better than just straight flat or like the high gloss. So, you know, semi-gloss it is. It's an exhaust part, so I feel like it shouldn't be like super shiny, because I also want the chrome pipe to show through this, so I don't want this to be gloss and the chrome, so I want a little contrast. So anyways, that's why I went with semi-gloss. At least that's what I say in my head. But yeah, these are gonna look real nice, so I'm gonna get these back installed and kind of show you the challenge of that. I think lining all this back up and getting all those little spacers lined up where the holes are could be a little challenge. But we're gonna go for it right now. Okay, so throwing these on, obviously just the reverse of the UPS guys here. I wonder if that's gonna be for me. Reverse of what we did before. Loop this around, put this on here. I'm not sure exactly where these need to be to line up, but I know it's basically one towards the top, one towards the bottom. So okay, sorry about that. UPS guy showed up and it was for me. So I'm just gonna, you know, basically go to town on this until it tightens up, or it gets really close to tight. I'm not gonna go completely tight on it because, you know, you want to be able to slide this around while you put those exhaust shields on. And really, I probably should get the ratchet back out instead of just the screwdriver, but I'm already laying down here on this one, so I'm gonna just keep going. Of course, as it tightens up and wants to move around on you, it becomes a little harder. But so, some of you guys that have gone to 3-inch exhaust, if you want to run the heat shield, you can still do that. You just get, you know, a little bit bigger version of this hose clamp, and you can still run the heat shield around the 3-inch exhaust because it's not that big a difference. And you got to think this part is probably 3-inch anyways. So if your heat shield's already going around this, then it obviously fits around the whole thing all the way down. So, you know. Alright, so we're pretty close. I know one of these was down here-ish. You get that pushed back through there. Loosen this just a little bit more. So I've got more to play with here. But yeah, I want to get this obviously pushed all the way through both sides of that, because one of these is down here and one of these is up here. You know, something like this. So it's going to go about right there. And yeah, so I'm going to get the front one on, and then take these, you know, bolts back out that are, they're just in here for, so I didn't lose them, and get this back on. Oh, there's a party foul. And then get through both sides of that. So now I get to take this back off and feed it back through there. Yay! Okay, so we are ready to try to line all this back up. I'm gonna make it easy on myself. I'm gonna line up this one like right here and then rotate it all around and line up the bottom one, so it's you know, easier. There's not a front and back of this from what I can tell. It looks like all this is, you know, the same, so I'm pretty sure it is. I'll find out here in a second as I ride along with you guys. So I'm gonna thread this in by hand a little bit just so I know that it's not going in cross threaded, and then obviously leave it a little bit loose so we can move it all around and get it all lined back up. I'm gonna slide down to the other end to get this one in as well before I rotate it all around and get to the bottom. So this one went in real easy. That's nice. Okay, and then now I can rotate this all around and get the bottom ones lined up where I want them, positioned on the hose clamp itself, because I want to be able to get to the bottom side where the nut is, or the bolt, or whatever it is that adjusts the hose clamp. I want to be able to get to that easily and have this all lined up. So that's the idea. Slide this through there and just wiggle it all around till you get it where you want it. And again, don't force anything so you don't cross thread it. I mean, don't drop it either. But yeah, this is gonna be good. Rotate that back just a little bit more. And this front one is pretty much set where it needs to be. Okay, and before you get it completely tight on here, obviously you want to make sure it's loose enough that you can rotate all this and get these super tight now. So I'm going to back it off just a little bit here so I can get this to rotate. Go ahead and snug all these up now that I know exactly where everything's going. And I'm going to jump up and do the front ones as well. Not super tight, just where it feels good. And then, yeah, this is, tighten this up here. And again, I'm just looking through the holes to see where it was kind of lined up before. You know, just close enough. And don't be afraid to tighten this pretty good. I'm actually going to leave it there and then tighten it with the ratchet here in a second so I can get better grip and I'm not just fiddling around with this. And we're going to make this one happen right. And there it is, just like that. She is good to go. So of course I did not take a good before picture of this, but I do have a good side profile of the whole car. From when I was messing with some designs for the side here. So I'm going to take that same side profile picture and do a comparison before and after on the exhaust shields. But that's it, and she is good to go. So I'm going to leave you guys right there with this. I'm going to get a couple shots of it all done up and out in the sun, cleaned up and everything, and leave you with that. But that's going to be it for today, and we will see you guys next time. Peace!
You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change.